And they're going to throw Mallet. Oh, he's got a man wide open. He totally fooled the Georgia defense. Chris Gregg going to have a sandwich, going to walk in.
Fly ball, deep left field. Out of here.
Got to drive it, Brad. You got to drive it. Madden for maybe the win.
Now closing in on Emmitt Smith, of all people, in terms of all-time rushers in the SEC. Looking to pass it. He's thrown 4 touchdowns. Up for grabs, and there's number 5.
And they're going to throw Mallet. Oh, he's got a man wide open. He totally fooled the Georgia defense. Chris Gregg going to have a sandwich, going to walk in.
Fly ball, deep left field.
All right, everybody, welcome in to another episode of the ArkansasTakes podcast. We're here to talk about the disappointing loss in Oxford and then kind of talk about the Memphis game. Just starting off, Cadence, what are your thoughts? I know it's been a week to kind of digest the game and all that, so what do you think, man?
I'm pretty disappointed. I'm real happy with the offense. I think Talon is all-American level player. I think the offensive line is really good. I think all the skill position players are really good. Petrino's really good. It's just the rest of the team's letting them down in all the other areas. And I know last week I was like, man, even if we play Ole Miss like close, I'll be pretty happy with it. But you say that and then you watch how the game goes and you lose a close one, but it's like one you probably should have won. So I was just pretty disappointed, honestly, all week.
Yeah, games you should have won. You outgained them. Arkansas had 526 yards of offense. Ole Miss had 475, which obviously means you ran the ball more. Sam Pittman earlier last week said he thought the team that was going to run the ball more effectively was going to win the game, and you outrushed them by 103 yards, 6 yards a carry. Pretty much the same penalties. Both teams had 7 penalties. Arkansas 7 for 68 and Ole Miss 7 for 63. And then you had more time of possession, 33 minutes to 26 minutes. It's a game that's tough to swallow and really digest. Of course, it's been a week, so it's more kind of like it is what it is. I think you said it best. Offensively, Talon is everything you want in an SEC quarterback. He put some balls in danger, but that's, Talon. His improvement it's there. It's visual. You can see it. The offensive line was, in my opinion, really, really good. Didn't give up a sack. I don't know the pressures they gave up or anything like that, but didn't really start behind the sticks, giving up a sack early in downs, and it's just tough to, it come down to one play, or in basic people's eyes, it came down to one play and the kid fumbled the ball, and it's just tough, man.
Yeah. And honestly, like the way the game was going, I was thinking this when you said the time of possession. Like we had more time of possession, but that's because we were just letting them score in like it felt like 45 seconds. So
Yeah.
I kind of expected us to have more time of possession, but when we went to halftime down 10, I thought the game was over because we were just scoring back and forth. I thought we were never going to get a stop and catch back up, and then we end up getting like 2 or 3 stops and put ourselves with a chance to win it.
Yeah, you go down. Well, you were down 3 at halftime, and you said, I remember you texting me once we scored and tied up the game, you can't give up 3 here. We both know they get the ball back. Of course, they go down in like 40-something seconds and kick a field goal, and you're like, well, you pretty much the game's over. You're not really going to stop them. And then you do get that stop, and then Arkansas doesn't score, and then Ole Miss gets the ball back and goes and scores, and at that point you're like, well, it's probably over. And it was weird that they were still in that game. They did not deserve to win that game. Now the offense deserved to win, but the defensive performance, you don't deserve to win if you give up 41 points and that many yards without resistance. Just you don't deserve to win the game. So, sucks it came down to, losing the turnover battle. It's one turnover, and it was at the very end of the game,
Yep.
And like you said, zero resistance. I mean, Ole Miss had multiple drives where they scored. Well, let's see. 4 plays, touchdown. 4 plays, touchdown. 9 plays, field goal. 9 plays, field goal. 12 plays, touchdown. It was just, you just couldn't get off the field. And it was the same. To me, I was sitting there watching the game, and I told my dad, I was like, they're literally running the same play over and over. Yes, they sent different people and all that, but the formation was still the same. And at some point, you have to get over, this is the game plan, and you have to come out and adjust. Like you said at halftime, their defensive coordinator came out and they adjusted. I mean, Arkansas's offense only scored 7 points in the second half. And now it was whenever you needed it. You were down by 13 and you get the ball back and you go and score a touchdown and make it a 6-point game. So it was whenever it needed it. And that last drive was, to me, according to plan. They were moving the ball down the field at will, and, you cough it up, and that's how it goes, especially in a game where you make so many mistakes defensively.
Yeah, and I don't even think that's like a thing you need to wait till halftime to make the adjustment for. Like, it's okay to like, once you've given up like 21 points in like 5 minutes, it's okay to like stop running the same blitzes and man coverage over and over again. Like, you see it's not working, you don't need to wait till halftime to switch that up.
Yeah, I couldn't understand like the man-to-man and giving up inside leverage. Of course, if that's the game plan, then you can't, like you were saying, you can't blame the D-back for giving up inside leverage if that's his coverage. But just like the simplest things of, I saw on multiple occasions, Stephen Diggs lined up man-to-man with the running back. The running back would run out of the backfield, and Stephen Diggs just wasn't fast enough to play man-to-man against him. He would catch it out in the flat and outrun him to the sideline. And it's just stuff like that. If you don't address that, it's going to be there for them whenever they need it. And that's how I felt like Lane Kiffin was able to call what he wanted. And then if he needed to get yards, he would divert to a play call that was working every single time they threw it. You know what I mean? Now, he's not a
Yeah.
guy that's going to run the same play over and over and over again. But whenever he needed it, those routes were there. The tight end over the middle was there. The running back out of the backfield was there. It's not like they were bombing it down the field. The guy wasn't throwing 70-yard touchdowns in the air. It was all fairly moderately short passing game and running the ball.
Yeah, and we never got pressure on them or contained anybody. That was something I was really hoping. Like, we're playing like a transfer D2 transfer first game. I really thought they'd get more pressure on him and make stuff more confusing for him, but everything was pretty straightforward. It was all pretty easy passes for him to complete and everything, so it was pretty stressful to watch.
Yeah, you had 1 sack, and it was from Miguel Mitchell, your safety. No other sacks. You had 4 tackles for loss, and David Oki got one of them. I remember that play. It was toward the beginning of the game, and I was like, oh, there's David Oki. He looks good. He's out there playing. It was just a game where you're just like, I had already given up, and then it's like, just lose. Why even put me through this? I was telling my dad, he's like, well, the game ain't over. And I told him, I said, if they get a stop right here and they get the ball back, we're going to win the game. Like, I was fully confident in Taylor Green and what he showed throughout the game and what he showed all the way up until, they fumbled the ball. I was confident that we were going to go score. And obviously that didn't happen. But us even being in that game at the end just blows my mind. But yeah, very disappointed in the defense. And like I told my dad, this is all on tape. Every defense is going to, every good team we play is going to be able to exploit what we showed if we don't adjust and, put guys in better positions to make plays. Whether it be, different, a different defensive strategy altogether or just the simplest thing. I mean, we weren't even tackling well, and we had been tackling well up until this game. You know what I mean? So it was just, I don't know, man. I guess I drank, not that I even drank too much Kool-Aid. It was just I saw what I saw on film and saw the games and the way and how smart our defense was playing, and taking the right angles, and it looked like they just didn't do that in this week. I don't know what it was, but
Yeah.
yeah, you can't do that the rest of the season, and even this weekend. If you're not tackling well, you're going to struggle against an American Conference team if you're not tackling well.
Yeah, and early in the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was trying to be positive about the game. Like it was high scoring, and I looked around the rest of the game week, and like a bunch of games were high scoring. Like
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame, Texas A&M was 44-41. Georgia and Tennessee was 44-41. Like there's a bunch of games scoring high, but it's just like the closer we get to this game, the more I can just think about like how it never felt like we even got close to stopping them, and Ole Miss stopped us a few times. So it's like it just felt like we really can't stop anything.
Yeah, I mean, it
And then
shows that. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, the closer we're getting to this Memphis game, I'm seeing more and more of like the college football like media and stuff. They're picking Memphis to cover against us and stuff. So I'm not feeling very confident in
Yeah,
our defense going in this week.
and it was a great game in the sense of if you were just a random college fan, that was an awesome game. But we're Razorback fans, and it was absolutely crushing. That's the reason why I said just lose the game. Just defense, do what you've done the whole game, and give up that first down, and the game just be over with. You know what I mean? But no, they can't do that. They gotta. Well, we'll get a stop here, and of course we can argue whether you have to give them credit. But in that last drive, whenever we needed to get a stop, the Ole Miss quarterback overthrew two receivers and then threw it short of the first down, and we made the tackle, and we got the ball back. But uh, Austin Simmons, which I do want to talk about, on the injury report is probable, off the injury report, and then pre-game he's can't even walk, and then of course Trinidad splits his thumbnail or rips his fingernail off or something, whatever happened with him, and then Austin Simmons comes into the game. Can't even walk. This kid runs for like 7 yards on a third down and gets first down and then throws a touchdown. Credit to him, but I'm surprised he was even out there.
Yeah. And I think that's what's even more stressful is they put in a quarterback that can't even move and you still can't stop him.
Yeah. Yeah, he was well, he did run a little bit, 15 runs, or you're talking about Austin Simmons. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
Austin
was
Simmons.
I'm just the week's over. Now, I do want to talk about something that happened the middle of this week. Hunter Yurchek comes on, well, I think Little Rock Touchdown Club, if I do believe, some show he was on, and immediately starts talking about NIL, and of course I'm the type of Razorback fan that whenever Arkansas loses a game like this, I just have to kind of take a step back and not be, because you're going to hear so much about, well, it's this and it's this, and it's not it's the money and the NIL and all that. I don't care what NIL. If you're a Power 5 team and you show zero resistance to an offense, um, I don't. You should have people, or at least a different game plan. Like they weren't even changing what they were doing. So regardless of who has the more money on whose roster and who has the better advantage, if you're not even trying to show me that you're going to do something different in the game, in-game adjustments, I mean the validity to that conversation is, I just don't hold a lot of weight to saying, well, we just don't have the NIL budget to compete against teams. They're basically
Well,
saying,
and
we're not going to win.
also in that point, like you're talking about the NIL money. Ole Miss is one of the best NIL programs in the country, and you should have beat them. So, how much is the NIL really like? How much is it really affecting you at that point?
Yeah.
Like, Ole Miss is raising some of the most money in the SEC, at least, and you almost beat them. So, I mean, how much more money do you need to to beat them. Then if you
Yeah.
should have won the game, how much more money do you need?
Right.
I don't know what the money situation is. I know we need more money, but it's like you still should have won that game. Still,
Yeah, and I agree. I do wish that we had more money in the NIL, and you can debate whether the money's there, and they just don't like the coach, and they don't want to pay, and they don't believe in the coach or the coaching staff or whatever. But like you said, you had a chance to win this game, and it doesn't just come down to that one fumble. It comes down to multiple drives before that, in the first quarter, in the second quarter, in the third quarter, where you could have gotten a stop, and you would have put your team in a better position to win this game. It doesn't just come down to one play. And I want to emphasize that. Yes, Jalen Brown did fumble the ball, but that's not the reason why you lost the game. Yes, in the end, if you show that one play, you're like, yeah, that's the reason why they lost. But you can look at, you know, uh, 21 passes for 353 yards and one sack and tell you that you lost that game because your defense couldn't stop them. And I don't have stats for broken tackles or anything like that, but it just drives me nuts
dude,
when people are
that's
like, "Oh
another
yeah,
thing in that first half. Uh, like I mean, credit to Ole Miss. I mean, they shredded us, of course, but it's like there was like it felt like half their touchdowns. I'm just saying.
yeah,
I know for sure a few touchdowns were on third down, but like half those touchdowns they got, you could have stopped them on third down. It's not like they were just like scoring on us on first down and second down. Like you had chances to stop them and you just didn't.
yeah." No, I agree. I agree, and just like that one drive, and we haven't even talked about the field goals. Obviously, the beginning of the game, 4th and 2. I told Dad, I said, "You go for it right here. If you want to win the game, if you're here to win on the road in the SEC against a ranked team, you kind of have to go for that. You don't send a freshman kicker out for a 50 whatever yard field goal." Uh,
And
but he trusted his kicker, and he missed it. It is what it is. we can't hold it down to a freshman kicker to win on the road when your defense couldn't stop them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, he should have never sent him out there to kick. It's like a
I agree.
54-yard field goal
I agree.
on the road, start of the game. Like he's ruined for the rest of the game after that kick. Like
Yep.
I think he's still a good kicker, but he's gonna be thinking about that for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
And
Oh
it's
yeah.
not something he just bounces back from. And like that's even like a good kicker might not bounce back from that. Not just a freshman kicker.
Yep. And you were moving the ball. That's what I don't understand. Yes, it was a 4th and 2, but that first drive you could tell that the offense showed up to play, and you can always tell at the beginning of games what side of the ball showed up. Arkansas moved the ball down the field. Yes, they got stopped to a 4th and 2, but I mean, yes, hindsight, whatever, you go for it. And I mean, you just do, especially if you're there to win the game. Like if this was on the road at number 2 Texas and it was a 4th and 2, you go for it. You know what I'm saying? If you're there to win the game, not just,
Hmm.
well, because I mean, I guess he had confidence in his defense. I don't know what showed him in practice leading up to that week that they were going to be good, because they were not. And let's be clear, they were not good. So, um, I don't know what during the week you have confidence in your defense to go get a stop and you take the points or whatever. But there was a reason why you were underdogs, and regardless of who they played at quarterback, they beat you. So, but yeah, the field goals and the fumble. But to me, it's just the defense. It's just the defense to me.
I mean, even with the 2 field goals missed and the fumble, you still scored 35, 36 points. You should be winning a football game if you got 35, 36 points.
Absolutely. Anytime you're getting in the 30s, you should have a high probability to win the game. Uh, but yeah, that said, they have to. I mean, this is a game that you cannot lose, and we talked about that with Arkansas State. Is it a can't lose or a must win? Uh, this game right here, you cannot lose. If you lose this game, there's gonna be I mean, it's gonna be rough, in my opinion. It's gonna be rough. Um, you know what I mean? I just, from fan perspective and everywhere else, it's just gonna be tough scenes.
Yeah, and I've also been thinking about this week, and like I don't want to get ahead of myself, but like you have to beat Memphis. Like you can't lose this game. But if we win this game and win the next one, and we're 4-1. I mean, I'm gonna be right back to being pretty happy. So I mean,
Yeah,
this of course it all
well,
starts with this game, and you have to win this game.
yes, and I'm a positive Razorback fan. Okay, and I do get mad whenever they let games like this slip away, especially against Ole Miss because I cannot stand them. But it's disappointing. And like you said, if they win this one and win against Notre Dame, because I don't think Notre Dame's defense is very good, but that's a whole different ball game, and we'll talk about it next week. Um, but yeah, you have to win this game. You cannot lose this game, and I don't think they will. But I don't think they will. But the defense has to show me something. You have to start getting to the quarterback again. You have to, you're going to have to fix some major issues to.
Well, regardless of defense, the whole team's gonna have to show up this week because Ole Miss played Georgia State and beat them 63-7, and this team Memphis played Georgia State and beat them 48-14 or something. It's pretty similar score. So Memphis is not. This isn't like a D2 team we're playing. This is a good team we're about to play
Yeah, yep.
that can beat you if you don't show up and play the right way.
Yeah, their quarterback's thrown for 608 yards, 1 interception. Running back's got 247 yards rushing. Their top receivers at 9 catches, 176 yards, and they don't score a lot in the sense of they don't have like some offense that's probably going to go out there and put 60 on you, like Ole Miss. Like they don't have that type of firepower. But if you can't stop them and you can't tackle, then they will score. I mean, they're going to score points. They've scored, like you said, 38-16 Georgia State, 45-10 against Chattanooga, and they beat Troy 28-7. And I don't know where they rank and in the sense of how good their roster is, a composite score of their roster and statistics and all that. But this game is very important for a lot of reasons. You lose this game, you're talking about, are they even going to show up next week if they're 2-2? Whenever everybody was like, well, best case 4-0, 3-1. But if you come out 2-2, I mean, this is a game that you shouldn't lose. This is like a Liberty or a UAB where they was in a tough game after they lost to Oklahoma State last year. They lost that game and showed up to the Liberty or showed up back home at UAB and was flat. And yes, they won the game, but you're on the road this time. You're not in Fayetteville. So they do have to show up and play. So I agree with you on that front.
And this is also a team preseason that was like some of the big wigs in college football had picked this team to be the 12th seed in the playoffs. Like
Yep.
this is a team that a lot of people believe in to like run their conference. So I mean,
and they still could. They're 3-0 right now.
They can. It's not this is like this is their signature win. Like they're going to be playing their hardest game of the season.
Yeah,
And like
this is their
don't get
hardest
me
game.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. They might have some harder games than us the rest of the season, but being an SEC school for them is going to matter big time getting into the college football playoff. And
Well, the
if
only
you think they're not showing up to win that game, then I don't know
yeah,
what to tell you.
the only other game that really like pops off the screen is South Florida. Now I know they lost
Would that'd be a good game as
they
well.
lost to Miami last weekend, but they beat Boise State and they beat Florida on the road. Both teams on the road.
And I think Miami's going to end up being a top 4 team when it's all said and done. So I mean, that's not a bad loss. Like USF's still a good team.
Yeah. So I mean, they got us, FAU, Tulsa, UAB, South Florida, Rice, Tulane, East Carolina, Navy. So I mean, they win this game and they got a pretty good shot at
making a case for themselves.
yeah, making a case. So this isn't going to be no slouch. Over under set at 61.5. Gosh, that's a lot of points.
Let me tell you something. If Arkansas is playing this year, you bet the over in every game. That's what I'll tell you.
Yeah, well, that's why I told Dad. I felt silly talking about. Well, it could be low scoring, because I had faith in our defense and I had faith in our offense too. But I was like, well, it could be totally different, or it could be a game that's like almost it's close to the spread because it was like 60 points. And I thought maybe it'd be like a 31-27 game, right under the total. But they almost had that at halftime, so
Yeah.
now the offense is not necessarily fell off. What I think Ole Miss did is they started to control the game clock, because at the first half of the game, they were strictly passing the ball and scoring at will. In the second half, they kind of slowed down. They were more methodical, had longer drives, resulting into field goals and a touchdown. But they were just more methodical with the ball instead of just score, score, score. Because they knew they had us in an advantage, and I think that's what cost them on their first drive at halftime. They tried to control the ball more with the lead, knowing if they score, they're up 2 possessions. And of course, it worked out for them. I mean, kudos to them. But enough about Ole Miss. I got to get over that game.
Well, now that you say that, that's something Memphis is going to do too. Like, I don't think Memphis is like that much worse of a team than us. I still think they're a good team, but like, they probably don't have the talent that we have, like
No.
position to position. So they're going to try and control the ball like that. So they've probably been looking at some of the stuff Ole Miss did second half to us, and will be trying to use that against us.
Yeah.
They don't want to give Taylor the ball that much. I'm sure they won't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a smart way for them to play it.
Yeah. I mean, this game is just, the ESPN analytics has Arkansas 59.7% chance to win the game. 59. And I know Memphis is, like you said, all the experts are saying they're good and, they can win but this game, there's no justifiable reason why you lose this game. I don't care if they do make the playoff. There's no justifiable reason that you lose this game, because the way they're going to make the playoff is not with an SEC roster or playing against SEC talent week to week. It's going to be them showing up on the weeks they need to show up and winning the games, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's just what I think. But we do have the better football team, like you said, raw talent-wise, position to position. And you can't show a flat, especially on the road. 11 a.m. Where's this? Is this the Liberty Bowl? Is that their stadium? Is that where they
Yep.
actually play? Okay, I didn't
Mhm.
know, but I heard today that place seats like 80,000. Is that true?
I'm not sure what it seats.
I don't know. I feel like that's wrong. I'm gonna look that up. But I
Daniel
mean,
commented here. He said left 6 points on the field, would have been a tie game, but defense sucks.
either way, our defense sucks. Yeah, we did miss 2 field goals, and we had talked about that earlier. It's just to me, it's yes, it sucks you missed the field goals, but that isn't the reason why you lost the game. I mean, there's you can point out, just like we talked about the fumble and the missed field goals and all the missed
We lost
tackles.
because your last sentence, the defense is not very good.
Yeah.
That's why. I mean, the field goals would have been nice. Don't get me wrong, but it's not ideal to give up 40 plus points in the game.
I think even if you make the field goals and you go to overtime, do you win that game? Seats 58,000. Do you win that game if you go to overtime?
I don't know, and I don't even know if they should have kicked the field goals, because if you notice, Lane Kiffin wasn't kicking many field goals till the second half. He was going for it every time. I didn't agree with kicking the field goals in the first place.
Yeah, I agree.
And I mean, who says the game goes the same way if you do make the field goals or not? You can get into that, but I mean, Lane Kiffin wasn't letting off the gas. He was going for it, and he was getting his touchdown until he just got the field goals at the end of the game that he needed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and like I said, I haven't been like super tuned in to everything that the media presents this week and whatever excuse they come up with why Arkansas lost, or whatever. Because I'm sure some radio stations are talking about, well, he's just not going to win here, and then there's some radio stations talking about, well, we got to understand the reality of college football, and those types of shows. We can understand the reality of college football and Arkansas and where they rank on NIL, and they'll give you all kinds of stats, but the very beginning of this whole conversation is we didn't deserve to win that game last weekend. We just didn't.
Nope.
And you better show up deserving to win this game, or you will lose this football game. And might lose a lot of things if you lose this football game. Anything else you want to add?
I don't want to. I want to add something actually
Good.
because of the recent events of last week, seeing the coaches being fired across the country, and I didn't know this rule. If your coach gets fired, you get to transfer, like for like a month or whatever.
Really?
So
During season?
yeah. Virginia Tech and UCLA players can transfer. They have to sit out the rest of the year, but they get to redshirt and transfer. So, I mean, say what you want about Pittman, but you need to win this kind of game because you don't need him fired midseason and then all of a sudden half your team's in the portal for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and then it's just unwatchable at that point. It's not even, it's unshareable. And, those are the type of fans that, and I continue to say I'm a Sam Pittman guy, but at the same time, I do understand the reality. But you have to understand the reality of that aspect that you just laid out. If these guys can't transfer and what you wanted comes to fruition, then guess what? You just ruined a whole season of college football. Congratulations. Are you happy that your team's going to be in the dump?
Not even like the season's ruined. Like you can't even watch it and enjoy it anymore. It's not even like you were going to win the national title or anything. You're about to lose every game. Like, I mean, UCLA was already losing every game. You're about to lose every game for the rest of the season now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Okay. We're going to talk, well, we'll kind of go over like we have toward the end of the shows about some games that are big around the country. 11 a.m. Texas Tech, Utah, at Utah. Texas Tech put a lot of money in the roster. I kind of see them, to me, I kind of see them going on the road. They're 3.5 point underdog in this game, but I do see the chance that they could definitely go in there and win that game. Obviously, the line shows that, but what do you think?
I'm still going to take Utah. I like their quarterback.
The Utes, okay. It's just a flop. Auburn at Oklahoma. Isn't that what's his name return?
Jackson Arnold.
Jackson Arnold returned to Norman. He has not looked bad this year. Of course, I think behind an improved Auburn team, Auburn is better than they were last year, especially at the quarterback position. But I got OU. OU's looked good. I'm not an OU fan. I cannot stand Oklahoma, but they're probably going to win this game handily. 6.5 point favorites.
I think Jackson Arnold's looked better, and they have a good receiving core, but he still hasn't thrown the ball well enough to me. I think OU beats him by double digits.
Yeah, I think they control this game. It's not great games. South Carolina at Missouri. This made me so mad. Last week, I had South Carolina win the game, and their quarterback gets knocked out of the game early in the game. He gets a concussion you can argue whether the hit was deliberate or whatever, but Vanderbilt act like they conquered the SEC now, that they beat a team without their best player. I'm just saying. Now listen, I'm not a guy to spread Vanderbilt hate, all right? But they're getting a little bit too cocky in
they were always
Nashville.
winning that game.
Yeah, well, you did call that, but I mean, I can hold the fact that we'll never know if they actually beat the good South Carolina. But yeah, they go on the road at Missouri. Missouri's quarterback, he's good. I think they win this game. I do not think they cover if Sellers is back. I don't know his update on his injury report. That may be why they're favored by 9.5.
I think they said he was practicing today, so I think he is playing. But I still think Missouri will win.
I say if Sellers doesn't play, Missouri covers. If he does play, I think Missouri wins the game, but I don't think they cover 10 points.
I like that.
Florida at Miami. Miami 7.5 point favorites.
Carson Beck Heisman game is what I'm thinking.
Did you see the Heisman Trophy X account posted about Taylor Green this week?
Yeah, he did a YouTube interview with them. It was 30 minutes. I watched it last night.
What a shame. What a shame on, well, I'm not going to say specific people, but what a shame.
Well, they interviewed him after the loss.
That's
what I'm saying. They interviewed him after the loss, so they still think he's good enough.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is what a shame that when you have a quarterback of that magnitude, regardless of what week it is in the season, because they're going to try to generate, some publicity for the Heisman early.
Yeah.
But what a shame that you lose a football game like that with such a great player on your team and the catalyst for your offense.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick, I
Go
just
ahead.
want to get on top of that. I'm down in the dumps about him right now, but I think as long as we got him and the offense playing the way they're playing, I still think we can win any game we're in at the
Yeah,
moment.
yeah, I agree.
So
And
I just
this
hope Taylor keeps it up.
and a lot of people are going to watch the beginning of the rant and think, "Oh my gosh, these guys hate Arkansas." Listen, if Arkansas wins this weekend, you will guarantee me if they go out there and score 50 points and give up 13 points, I'll be like, man, they could. I'll be sitting up in my chair, man. They could beat Notre Dame. All right, I think they're going to beat Notre Dame, and I'll predict them to beat Notre Dame. But until then, I am a week to week person when it comes to this type of stuff, and I'm going to take for what I have. And right now, what I have is they beat really bad teams. Well, Arkansas State looked okay, and they might have gotten, messed over on a call at the end of the Iowa State game. But regardless, they beat two teams that were below them and showed up to a game above them, and the defense looked terrible. So and then as the weeks go on, I will generate more of a feeling about the team and how I feel. But right now, I'm not confident in them. So I do think they're going to
Yeah.
win this weekend. But anyways, but I agree with you in what you said. Number 9, Illinois at number 19, Indiana. Indiana, another team that's put a lot of money in their NIL this year. Illinois looked good. Brett Bielema, top 10 football team. We ran him out of here, and he's back in the Big Ten doing business.
Give me Bert.
Give me Bert. I do like Illinois in that game too. At Indiana, the 6.5-point favorites. Over
They're
under
giving him
52
too
and a
much
half.
points.
Yeah, too
I
many
think
points.
I think regardless they win outright, but they definitely cover the spread.
That's been a team that covers. I do know that. SMU, a team that doesn't cover. Vanderbilt, top 20 in the country, got a game at home against Georgia State. 28.5-point favorites.
Who they lost to last year.
Yeah, they're slamming these guys. It's not even
Yeah,
gonna
they'll
be close.
slam him this year.
It's
It
not
won't
even
be
gonna be
close.
close. Give me Pavia Heisman moment. No,
Calm down.
I know you don't like
Calm
Pavia.
down.
I know you don't
He's all
like.
right. He's okay. He's okay.
My dad cannot. He said, he was saying something about him. They're making him look like Johnny Manziel. That's what my dad said. I said, yeah, maybe like an off brand Johnny Manziel. But he was looking nice against South Carolina. I mean, some of the plays he made, but
No, I need to
I
stop
guess
hating. I need to stop hating on
no,
him. I
I'm in
do
the,
like
I'm in the I'm
Pavia.
in the
Pavia's
Vanderbilt.
good.
I'm in the Vanderbilt hating section right now. They got too much gas right now, and if they lose to Georgia State, I will be on this podcast laughing next week about how this team is still the bottom of the barrel. Okay. Of course, we're right there with them, swimming around. So, I think one interesting game, Arizona State at Baylor. I don't know what the Big 12 standings is. Arizona State won the Big 12 last year. Baylor coming into the year, uh, a team that might, um, win the Big 12. People were talking about it. They did, have that comeback win against SMU.
Hmm.
Uh, two, I think, good football teams. I think that now neither team's ranked, but I think that'll be a good game. To be honest,
It'll be a fun game to watch. I mean, Baylor's quarterback's been throwing for a ton of yards, and
yeah,
Arizona State still has their high scoring offense so
yeah,
far.
and I'm
It
pretty
looks
sure
like
this is
so.
the second highest over under, 59.5, and Arkansas is the top. No, Ole Miss Tulane 61.5. So you got Ole Miss,
Ooh, that's gonna be a good game to watch too.
Ole Miss Tulane.
Yeah,
You think? I didn't even mention it. You think that'll be a good game?
I think it'll be a good game. Tulane is good.
How's their defense?
I don't know, but they beat up on Duke pretty bad
I
last
wonder
week.
if Austin Simmons is going to be back. Probably not. I'm thinking 2 to 4
No,
weeks for him.
Chambliss is playing.
Yeah, I think they may have found
But-
their quarterback. To be honest.
And Tulane got their quarterback too. They got that BYU transfer. He's been really good all year.
Yeah, I just mean that Ole Miss found maybe a better person for their team
Yeah,
because
that's possible.
he did look good.
But-
Texas playing another podunk team, Sam Houston. No offense to Sam Houston fans, that there's highly doubt anyone from Sam Houston's listening to this podcast, but Do they play anyone? They played Ohio State. They played San Jose State and UTEP. Then they play Sam Houston. Then Florida. Then
NOU.
they're one game. Then they play Kentucky, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt. That's their next games.
That's 2 losses right there, Mississippi State and Vanderbilt. I don't know. Texas playing Sam Houston. The Arch might throw for 180 yards, go crazy on him. I don't know.
180 yards.
Yeah.
But yeah, 39 and a half. They'll probably cover that. Arch Manning's, they're going to have him back on the Heisman front runner list.
He's going to have himself a game. He's going to have a day.
Not really any other games.
What's your prediction
Michigan
for the
State.
Hog game?
A win.
Score?
42. Oh gosh, 31. 42-31.
All right. I hope not.
What do you think?
I hope it's like 42 to under 28.
10.
But
42-10.
yeah, that'd be nice. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll probably go 38-31. Honestly, now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. They got to show me something. The defense is going to have to show up. Whenever you have a game like that and you give up yards and touchdowns at will, you have to show me something. You got to show up ready to play. And I don't doubt that the team's, well, I do have some doubt, but I think the team will show up ready to play this game. And nothing about preparation, but I think their mindset whenever they go on the field, they're going to be ready to play the game. Now, whether they execute game plans and if the game plan is executable, if that's a word, yeah, I think they'll be ready to play this game. So we'll see. I'm just kind of disappointed in the slate. I mean, it's just like, Arkansas is playing Memphis, but it's more of a game to us because we saw what our team did last week. But there's not like Tennessee playing UAB, Oregon playing Oregon State, Florida State playing Kent State. Nebraska, Michigan might be good. 2:30 CBS.
Yeah.
Michigan's favored by 1.5.
Really?
Yep.
It was 2.5 yesterday. Lines went down.
Lines went down. It's on the road. It's on the road in Lincoln.
Week 3 and week 4 are usually the most boring weeks because everyone's getting the last of their non-conference games in and all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Soon we'll have SEC play and Big Ten play, and it'll be real fun again.
All right. I know. Are you watching these games right now that are on?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Give me predictions because I haven't looked at the scores either. I just see that they're live. And I think they started probably 40 minutes ago. Tulsa at Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma. I'm going to pick Oklahoma State, but I really don't know.
Me neither.
I got no clue on that game.
Me neither. Iowa at Rutgers. I got Iowa to cover.
Yeah, give me Rutgers. Give me Rutgers.
I got Iowa to cover 2 points. I know that line personally.
Are you in on that game?
I'm in.
Yeah, I told
myself
Iowa to
I was going to get out,
points,
but I will. I do have a grievance this week. Do we have any grievances? Let's talk about some grievances real quick. How much time we've been running for? I don't want
about
to.
40 minutes. What's your?
Oh yeah,
what's your
we're good. Let's talk about some grievances. Well, first, I want to talk about. Well, I'm not going to get into that. Actually, I do want to talk about something since we're both Cowboy fans, and this is a sports podcast. And the people that aren't Cowboy fans, you don't have to listen. This is just going to be me coping about our team. Them making Russell Wilson look like he's wearing a Seattle uniform, about to go win a Super Bowl. That game, neither team wanted to win the game at the end of it. It was like everybody, but you get 3 possessions in overtime, and you get 3 possessions in overtime. Luckily, we have a kicker.
Who wanted to win the game?
Brandon Aubrey.
Yeah. Best player on the team.
Dude, whenever you sent me that, whenever he made that game-winning kick, I had 3 separate text messages come across my phone about how great the kicker was. One was from you, one was from Marcus, and one was from my brother-in-law. But yeah, that's my grievance, is that the Dallas Cowboys need to be the Dallas Cowboys. Who do they play this week? Do you know? I know next week they
They
play Green Bay because I took the day off because normally I work on.
They play the Bears. They play Caleb Williams and the Bears.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, listen, and I have a grievance with that whole situation. We better not let Caleb Williams beat us. Okay, I don't like Caleb Williams. Number one because of his attitude. Okay, so let's get that straight. No, I'm just
Well,
airing out all my grievances.
On the bright side, the Bears do not have a good defense, and they've given up like the most passing touchdowns. But on the other side, we have a horrible defense with the Cowboys.
I did see
So-
Overshone's back. He was running, making cuts, running drills,
Can he-
not in pads. I don't know if he's gonna play, but I
Can he
did
play
see.
corner though?
Well, he plays. Does he not play nickel?
Nah, he plays linebacker.
Overshone? Oh
Yeah.
well, that's gonna be an issue. Gonna be an issue.
My
Jadeveon Clowney.
My grievance about the Cowboys is that Trayvon Diggs is not good and doesn't need to be on the team anymore. That's my grievance.
No, I think Trayvon Diggs, and I was so high on him, but I remember one play, it was probably 2 or 3 years ago, where something happened on the play and he could have tackled the guy on third down, and then he just didn't tackle him. Like he was afraid to tackle him. I don't know if you really remember it, but it was like a specific moment where I was like, this guy he's in it for the interceptions, and that's it. Like he's not in it for being physical as a corner. He's not a very physical guy. Now he is tall, but he's not like
I'm just getting tired of watching him get burned every play and then like patting the receiver on the head, like, good catch, man. Like, dude, you need to sub out and get out of here.
You need to
That's what I
sub
think.
out.
That's what I think you need to do.
You
need
need to
off my
sub
team.
out. How about this? How about we just become a good football team? How about we wake up, everybody on the Dallas Cowboys wake up tomorrow and be like, we're a good football team.
Jerry Jones won't let him do that.
What do you think of Dak Prescott so far this year?
He's been pretty good this year. He throws some questionable balls, but you know what? I like watching that kind of play.
All
I
right.
like watching it, fit it in the tight window, touchdown or interception, one of the two. I like watching that.
Yeah, that's the kind of football
As long
I
as
fell in
it's
love
not,
with.
as long as it's not the interception that loses the game, or
Yeah. But if it's
that's
in the
only
first
time I don't
quarter,
like it.
if it's in the first
I don't
quarter
care.
and it's a 3rd and 12, would you rather your quarterback roll out and throw it out of bounds and punt, or are you like throw
Yeah,
it down
throw
the field, throw it?
Give
That's the
Pickens
kind of
and CeeDee
player I like
Lamb
to
a
watch.
chance.
Yeah, that's what I like to. That's what I like to watch. Any other grievances? Maybe college football. Maybe in day-to-day life.
I've had a good 2 weeks actually with all my college football teams that I have been supporting. So
Even
no
Arkansas.
grievances.
Nice.
Well, not them. I'm talking about the ones that I support in other ways.
Yeah. All right.
Canelo lost. That made me sad.
Well, I told you. What I tell
No,
you?
you didn't. You
Yes,
didn't
I did.
know. You told me you didn't know.
I said, what I say though?
You said
my
I think-
sources.
I told you to bet Canelo, and you said, "Well, someone else told me Crawford, and he'd make more money if he won, so I'm just gonna bet on him." That's what you
No,
told me.
but what did I say? I said my buddy or my boss, one of my supervisors at work told me that, and he's a big boxing guy. He was like, Crawford's gonna win. Crawford's gonna win. I was like, all right. So all that whole week leading up to that fight, I was like, man, I'm putting my money on Crawford. And what happened? Crawford won.
Well,
And
it was always gonna be a close fight. They're both really good. I like Crawford. I don't not like Crawford, but I just thought Canelo would be too big for him, and he wasn't. And Crawford was
slow.
too fast.
Yeah, he was too slow.
Crawford was too fast for him.
All right. Well, that's kind of it. Unless you want to, let's actually add another, since we did talk a little college football. Let's do NFL. Colts, Saints, Daniel Jones looking like a totally different quarterback in a different city, still wearing blue on the road in Nashville against the 0-2 Titans. I got the Colts in that one.
I'm not gonna watch that game, so I don't know. I guess the Colts, because I like the Colts.
All right,
a little
Bears, Cowboys, a game we are both gonna watch.
bit. Cowboys
The Cowboys. They're
by
favored
at least 17. By at least 17.
17, so you got them covering the 1.5 that they're giving them.
We're only favored by a 1.5.
Yep.
I'm betting that we're winning by 17.
And the team that I think right now is going to win the Super Bowl, just in my opinion, the Green Bay Packers on the road at the Browns. They look like the best team in the NFL, in my opinion. And they just got a superstar at defensive end just come out of nowhere. I mean, just come out of nowhere from the heavens and grace the field. He's making impact plays every single time he's on the field.
I'll take the Packers. I like Jordan Love a lot.
Yeah. I think overall, like
You know what? You know what I want to watch is a Packers and Bills Super Bowl. That's what I want to watch.
Packers Bills. That'll be
That'd
fun, and that'll be two
that'd make
teams
me
that I'll be
happy.
like, if either one wins, I'll be like, good for them, But
And
mostly the Bills. I would go for the Bills in that scenario.
just two quarterbacks running around, throwing it as far as they can. I like to watch that.
All right, we're not going to go over everyone. Eagles, Rams, 2-0 teams.
I'll take the Rams. No questions asked.
No questions asked. I was going to say I'd take the tush push, but I guess I'll go with the Rams too. I like that. Now, a team that I think is definitely going to be playoffs, the Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield. Shout out to him. Totally revived. And last year, everybody's like, well, he's revived his career, but you have to do it for multiple seasons. And he showed that he is deserving to have an NFL spot, so I'm happy for him. Buccaneers, Jets in Tampa. I got the Bucs.
I do too, because Justin Fields is also not playing.
Yep.
Because he's been playing pretty good this season, but Baker's still the man, and he's too much for the Jets.
We do have Raiders, Commanders. Jaden Daniels reportedly will not play due to a knee injury, so they're going to start the backup quarterback. Do not know his name. He's probably a journeyman. I'm sure he's been in the league for a little while. Marcus Mariota is going to start against the Raiders.
I guess I'm just going to pick the Raiders because I need Brock Bowers to score me some fantasy points. That's the only reason.
I'm going to pick the Raiders anyways. I think Jaden Daniels does more than what people think he does. He's a second-year quarterback, but it's like some people think with NFL quarterbacks, if you're good in college or you're great in college and you don't show up in the NFL, well, he's just not a good NFL quarterback. It's not normal to see a guy show up in the NFL and just immediately make the impact like Jaden Daniels has. And you've seen that. Like, I give Caleb Williams, flack, but he's going to be a good quarterback. Just right now, he's not very good, in my opinion. And that's because the gap is so large from the NFL, from Power 5 football to the NFL. Not going to talk about that. Chargers, Broncos. I got the Chargers. I think I think Herbert's taking that next step. Not a Herbert fan, but I think the Chargers and that team's taking the next step.
I think the Broncos should be the better team, but I think the Chargers have looked better this year. Like you said, he's really stepped his game up. And some of those weapons they've got that haven't been good the last couple of years are playing good right now. I don't know if it's because of him or they all got better, but I'll still take the Chargers.
Yeah, and it's due to a new coaching staff too. You got to get used to the plays and the playbook and all that. And by step up, I don't mean AFC Championship contender. I mean make the playoffs, maybe win a playoff game. They were in the playoffs and had a however much lead against the Jaguars and gave it up. So
they've already beat the Chiefs. They can win the division.
Yeah. Well, my opinion on the Chiefs. Of course, we'll get down to that. But Chiefs are not what people think whenever they think of the Chiefs in recent history. But we'll talk about that. 2-0 teams, Cardinals, 49ers.
Is Brock Purdy playing?
I have no idea. Jones will start. Mac Jones?
Oh, Mac Jones. I'm taking the 49ers because I still don't think Kyler Murray and the Cardinals are that good.
Well, the thing with it doesn't really matter who plays quarterback for the 49ers. They're going to be pretty good. To me, that is, if you have a system quarterback on your roster and he knows the playbook, he's going to be able to make plays with guys around him like Christian McCaffrey. But I got the 49ers too. Chiefs at Giants. 2-0-2 teams. Chiefs 6.5-point favorites. And I really think that this could be a moment. No, I don't think the Chiefs will lose this game. But if they were to lose this game, you might see some very upset Chiefs fans wondering how they lost to the Giants.
I don't think the Chiefs will even get close to losing to the Giants. I think the problem with the Chiefs right now is their offense, not Mahomes, but I think other parts of the offense. I still think their defense is pretty good. I think they'll handle the Giants.
Okay. And then Monday
But-
night, so you got Chiefs to cover 6.5?
Yeah, they'll cover 6.5. I'm also a Chiefs sympathizer. I'm not a hater of the
Yeah,
Chiefs.
I got Giants money line. I got Giants money line. And
okay. All right.
And Monday
If
night,
Russell Wilson plays like that again, they might. I mean,
that's what
I
I'm
ain't ruling
saying.
it out.
And you've seen some old quarterbacks this year, kind of, or not old, but quarterbacks on old teams or different teams like a Daniel Jones, like Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, who have had, not that they're going to have great seasons, but they've had good starts this year. Monday night, a game I am excited. Sad I can't watch, but I will be listening to it on the radio. Lions at Ravens. This is a game where the Lions they did not look good in week 1. I was very disappointed in offensive performance. Of course, that could be because the Packers are that good, because I think they are. But Baltimore favored by 4.5. I do have the Ravens probably covering this game, but I'd like to see the Lions put up a good fight. At least
I'll
make the
probably
game
go with the
interesting.
Ravens as well.
At least make the game interesting.
Yeah, I would like to see a good game, but I'll probably still go with the Ravens.
Yep. All right. That is all of the football, college, and NFL, which we've never really done NFL. But Tulsa's leading Oklahoma State 16-3 with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in the half.
Gundy out.
Gundy out. Telling you.
Uh-oh.
Their quarterback has 33 passing yards at halftime.
I got to send a text message about this real quick.
Let's see. I don't see the other game on. Let's see. Subway scores. I cannot believe they're losing that game. What?
My buddy just said this. He said, "This is the new Bedlam game."
Iowa at Rutgers, they're down by 7 with 12 minutes left. Rutgers just scored with 12 minutes left in the second quarter. That's probably going to be a pretty good game, I imagine. It kind of looks like a shootout right now. Both teams scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. Rutgers scores basically 2:53 into the second quarter. Probably, Iowa in a shootout. I never thought I'd say that, but right now it looks like it. All right. Well, that's going to do it. What's our run time right now? 57 minutes. Man, we are just, look at this. Hour. Give it up, man. We're doing it. I was so tired today when I woke up. I was like, man, still have this live stream. And then we got out and went to a boutique and don't really want to talk about it, but yeah. But yeah, we will be. I don't really know what we're going to do tomorrow. It is an away game. Might hop. I know it's a night game, so I might hop on here. I don't know. We'll see.
What's the night game?
Or not a night game. A morning
11
game.
a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm saying
about hop on here at night.
Yeah. Hop on here tomorrow night and
gotcha.
talk about the game. Maybe.
I'm
We'll
with you.
see. We'll see. I don't really have any plans this weekend, so it's a little different than most weekends. But yeah, we'll see. We appreciate all the support. Please like, comment, subscribe, share us. Find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Drop us a 5-star review, all that jazz. We appreciate it. Cadence, any final thoughts? A send-off?
No, just thanks for watching if you did, and like and share, please. Appreciate it.
All right, see y'all.
Go Hogs.